Okay, we do have a question for you on this Monday morning. What does cheesecake, yes, cheesecake, and money have in common? Well, 3 simple ingredients yield rewarding results.
Brana Panolis and Linda Tripp reveal the sweet truth about you and your money, ladies, as co-authors of the new book, Women, Money, and Cheesecake. And we ought to mention Paulette Williamson as well, even though she's not able to be here physically. Want to give her a nod. So is financial freedom for women just like baking a cheesecake? There's a recipe to it, Ron?
There really is, and it's really as simple as understanding, first making the decision to do something for yourself and about your money, and then understanding that most women already possess the basic ingredient, which is their own character, is what they need to help them do well with their money.
Now, what do you mean by their own character?
Well, as women, we go through a lot, we take care of a lot of people, and if we turn our attention to taking care of ourselves and our money in that same fashion, we really possess the strength we need to exert discipline and make some more conscious choices in our lives about our money.
So you all have worked in the financial sector for a long time, had a lot of female clients. Why don't women take care of their money? Why?
Most of it is they approach finances as though it were something outside of the realm of their experience.
In other words, it's a man's job?
Yeah. What it amounts to is that they don't think it's something they can or would or could or should be able to comprehend, and so subsequently elect not to. Their lives are very busy. Their mothers, their teachers, their wives, their sisters, their grandmothers, they got a lot on their plate. And it's just one of those things they set aside that I'll make room for that tomorrow. They play Scarlett O'Hara, I'll deal with that tomorrow.
Boy, that's dangerous.
Yeah, and so subsequently it's not something they deal with on a face-to-face basis. The problem becomes when it gets to be in your face. I've not addressed it before, now it's an issue.
And we're saying it shouldn't be just a man's job, should it not?
No, absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not.
no. And many women actually are their own bosses. They are independent women. They make good incomes. But oftentimes, even women who are making good incomes are not taking out the time to step back and take a look at the big picture. Spending way too much time focusing on the week to week, the month to month, and not the broad picture of where am I going to be 5 years from now, where am I going to be 10 or 40 years from now, for that matter.
But because women are so busy and doing so much different things, I mean, we multitask ourselves to death.
That's true.
It can be kind of overwhelming to think, okay, I do need to pay attention to that. How simple or how difficult can it be?
That's the key word, simple. This is not rocket science.
Really?
It's really, really not. And I think if people take the time to make appointments with themselves to do a little thing, balance my checkbook this week, next week let's go look at our insurance policies. How do they look? If you take the time, pencil in the time on your calendar to get some little bitty baby issues addressed, then maybe the bigger picture will start to come and present itself, and it's not rocket science. It's really not. It's something.
It's about simplicity there.
It is simplicity. Simple, simple, simple. Yeah, don't overwhelm yourself by trying to think of dealing with the stock market or dealing with complicated finances or any of that. You know, look at the things that are impacting your daily life on a day-to-day basis. What can you do to address those, conquer those, then learn the next step?
Now, were the two of you always this focused? You know, we hear the advice that you're sharing with us this morning. What about yourselves?
God, no.
you say that very quickly.
Yeah.
No. Speaking for myself, I mean, I've been through my own, financial turmoils in my life, and we all do, because life happens, things happen that are just sometimes beyond our own control. This is about a process. And do I use this process now? Yes, I use this process now, which is always keeping focused on whatever, if the decision I'm about to make, is it something that is within my plan? Does it further my plan, or does it not really help me with my plan? And that helps me make decisions about anything from what I'm buying at the grocery store to bigger ticket items.
Women often need or like to have a support group. You've done seminars called Women, Money, and Cheesecake as well. Why is that specifically helpful for women?
I think it's the universality of it. As you sit in a room full of women and address the issues that that happen in their day-to-day lives, everybody nods their head like, I get that, I do that, I've seen that in my family, I've seen that in my life.
So when Brana, a lawyer and a financial advisor, says, look, I had this problem
That's
too.
right. I had this problem.
We
Our
feel
other partner
better.
had this problem. How many in this room have had this problem? And the hands go up. And because it's such a universal issue, that there are a multitude of universal issues, that there ends up being this close-knit group, this sisterhood, where we get it.
Okay.
They absolutely get it. And so they now know that they have inside the tools they need to go forward and slay this dragon. It's not that big.
I have about 30 seconds left here. With that sisterhood being formed out there these days, and luckily it is, are women making a lot of strides here, you think? Recently, are we beginning to slowly but surely kind of turn the tide?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, we had a presidential and vice presidential candidate in this last election cycle that were female, that were legitimate candidates for the first time really in the history of our country. I mean, things have really changed for women, and they will continue to change.
But we have to continue to change them.
Yes.
A good way to start is to pick up the book. You can meet these lovely ladies with great financial advice Sunday
Yeah.
at Panera Bread.
Don't forget the name of the book, Women, Money, and Cheesecake.
And there's also some great recipes in this book
I
for
hope so.
real cheesecake. So it's a great deal.
All right, thank you ladies very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Hopefully there's a recipe for maybe strawberry cheesecake, blueberry cheesecake, something like that.
Or basic cheesecake and put it whatever topping
Okay,
you want.
very good. All right, I like that a lot. All right, we're going to take a short break here. We do have much more ahead this morning on News Channel 3 Live at 9.